So people are joining right now and they should be hearing us. If you guys see a little chat button at the bottom of your screen, if you want to just give a little chat to say that you can hear us, that would be great.
We can hear you fine.
Oh, you can hear me. Yay!
Hi, Allison. Hi, Anita.
Hi.
Feel free to ask questions.
Yeah.
Here, let me put on my new light. So I look like I'm alive.
It's cute. I get to see. Oh, hi, Sylvia.
Hi there. How are you?
Yeah, and if you guys totally want to turn on your camera temporarily and unmute yourselves to say hello, come and say hi. We're just letting...
Hi, Anita.
Hi.
It's me, Kim Moody. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I brushed my teeth and everything, so all good.
I brushed my hair. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I brushed my hair too, which is pretty rare.
We're just going to keep, people are keeping on joining, so we're just going to keep admitting people. Oh, I hear a baby.
Carolina.
Anybody who's just joining, if you want to turn on your camera and unmute yourself temporarily to say hi, feel free to come and just, say a little hello. We're just admitting more people before we get started.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Allison. Hi, Carolina.
Where's
Oh, listen, the showroom looks a little lonely.
Hi,
Good
Deirdre.
morning.
We miss you.
I
I
miss
miss
you
coming
guys
in.
so much. I miss you guys. I wish somebody would come here and self-isolate with me and the dogs.
At least you got the dogs.
Here's Otis. Here's
All right.
Otis. Here, honey. Come over here. Come
I'm just going to admit a few more people and we'll get started in just 1 minute. Oh, hi, puppies.
That's Honey. That's Otis.
Aw,
What the hell? What the hell? There we go. There you go. Good
so
picture.
cute.
Anyway, this is really, I just want to say something. I think this is a brilliant thing to do for style-informed customers. I think that it's just the fact that it's going to be able to really help those customers, sort of springboard their business, especially where we are right now in this crazy, cray bonkers time. So they're really sort of keeping their energy moving forward.
True. And we're going to love to get that feedback, at the end, and via email. You can let Allison know. You can email us at info@styleinformed.com. Like, let us know how we did. Be kind, but honest. And just let us know how we did and what, we're going to be asking during this as well. Like, what do you want to see kind of moving forward? So we have quite a few people registered and in the webinar right now. So I'm going to start. And then Allison, you and I could just keep an eye on the people that are joining. And if we see more people that we can admit, you can just admit them all or whichever. So Let's just get going. So good morning. Hi, everyone. My name is Anita Peterson. I'm the marketing specialist here at Style Informed. And of course, many of you already know Allison, our fearless owner, leader, style leader. We're so excited that you're here with us to learn about how you can use the Style Informed Customer Hub and how to get tips on how to use social like a pro. So let's get going. So I'm just going to go over the agenda first. So we're going to do some really brief housekeeping. We know we're all loving doing a lot of housekeeping these days, all being self-isolating at home, and all you need is a little bit more, right? We're going to get an intro to the Style Informed Customer Hub. Then I'm going to do just a really quick demo to show you how it works right now. We're going to supercharge your social, and we're going to then talk about making the most of design. And then we're going to do a Q&A, and then we're going to do a thank you, and then we're going to get you on your way, which should be only about 30 to 40 minutes in total. All right, so just some housekeeping just to start with. So anytime you want to chat with us, down at the bottom of your screen, down in the middle, you will see a little chat button. You can pop in a chat there, and we'll be taking questions at the very end of this webinar. But if the question comes to you, you need to get it out right away, just put it into that chat box, and we'll also open up at the end, and you guys can you can undo your cameras, and you can unmute, and you can ask questions directly as well. We're also going to be doing polls during this webinar. So we'll be polling you to ask you important questions, just add your answers. And yes, you can add more than one answer to a poll. They're all multiple. It's super easy. It will give us some really good information to know how we're going to be moving forward. All right, so a little bit about us. I see lots of people that we already know and some people that are new to us. So welcome. We're really going to be excited to get to know you better. We are Style Inform. We're a Canadian wholesale furniture company based in Burnaby, British Columbia, and we've been supplying retailers, designers, and hospitality projects since 2003. Allison, our leader, has been carefully curating collections that range from mid-century modern and classic to industrial and organic for any space that needs a little bit of style. And Allison, I thought I'd just take a little second and just let you sort of introduce yourself a little bit and talk about Style Inform for a second.
Oh, I didn't prepare for that.
I know, I'm kind of throwing it at you, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I am since 2003. It's been a long time, and the company has grown, especially quite a bit over the last probably 5 years. I've been buying products from kind of all over, like India, China. We buy some product right here in BC. Kind of all over the world, Indonesia, and my goal is always to bring all these products together that really work with each other. It's always my goal is like everything that I bring in, I want people to be able to buy sort of products on their own or be able to easily mix them into different looks, whether you're like kind of going boho or mid-century modern, or so I kind of try to bring in a bit of an eclectic look that all works together.
That's awesome. Thanks. And I think you do that. I think you do that really well. That's one of the things when I started working with you that I love. And as you know, I'm sort of filling my house up with your furniture. Is that the look is very possible to mix and match across multiple different looks. And I think it's absolutely amazing. So first thing we're going to talk about is the Style Inform Customer Hub. And this is something, Allison, do you remember we were talking about this probably, oh my gosh, about 6 months ago?
Forever.
Yeah, talking about how we could better work with our customers so that we could provide them with marketing support and whatever that looked like. And we sort of tossed around a bunch of ideas, but we kind of got caught up in everything from trade show marketing to holidays to new product launches, email newsletters, all of it. And it was always just on this list. But then when COVID hit, we were sort of really, this came to the forefront. And a lot of customers were talking to you and saying like, you know, I need support. How can you support me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we sort of said, well, let's get this hub up and going. So that is what we did. And so you're sort of introducing right now, if you haven't seen it already, is the Style Inform Customer Hub. And you have to log in to see it. I'm going to do a demo in just 1 second. And it is where right now you can find and download lifestyle shots of our products, and you can explore blog posts that you can share on social. This is going to be an ever evolving part of our website and our service to our customers. So we're really going to want to know what you want to see with this moving forward.
And Anita, they can either sign up through the website or they can just send a request to info@styleinform.com for a login.
Right. So if you don't have a login yet, yeah, absolutely. So we're just going to do a little demo. So this is the Style Inform website. And the first thing what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to log in. Now you just enter your username, which is usually your email address, and then a password. If you've ever forgotten your password, don't worry. You can click here and click lost your password and you'll go through the steps to reset it for you, but I'm just going to log in. And now what you're in is you're an account page. So you'll see here, there's the customer hub, your account details, which basically just says what account name you signed up with, and you can change your password from in there as well. And then there's your wish list as well, which if you have not seen before, I'll just click on really briefly, is a place where you can keep products that you want to have easy access to later. All right, you'll see on the side here, you can go back to the dashboard at any time or any section. And I'm just going to click through to the hub here. So right now, this is what the hub looks like. You can only see it once you're logged in. And we're always going to have some information about the current promotion that's going on. So that's what you see up here. Our promotion right now is until April 30th, save 20% off entire stock with some restrictions, plus free shipping on local orders. We also give some information that we're only doing curbside delivery and no setups at this time. So we'll always have sort of updated sort of delivery information, all that kind of stuff in here. And for right now, any messaging that we have in regards to COVID will actually come up in here as well, and any company updates that we feel are important. We'll be including things like future webinars or trade shows or in-house events when those can start up again. So there'll be invites in there and ways that you can join us at different events. But the meat of it right now, the thing that people were asking for right away is actually in this section right here. And this is where you can get and use all of our lifestyle shots. So you can access product shots and share those with your customers in your social, on your email newsletters, in your marketing and more. Always just make sure you're checking the image to make sure it looks okay. If you're doing it in print, then it's going to look okay in your print campaigns. You just click on a category button to open up that hub page, and inside you're going to find the product and lifestyle shots. And I'm just going to show you how that works. So let's just take a look at the SIP category here, which are all fabulous chairs.
Anita, sorry,
Yeah.
do you have the photos in high resolution?
They are, what they are is they're very big size-wise. So they're like, say, 20 inches across, but only at 72 DPI. Because,
Print for print?
yeah, if you shrink them down, they'll be fine. They're very good quality photographs. Because what was happening when we were building the hub to begin with, we were using higher resolution images, but it was actually crashing the website. So as we develop this hub more and more, we'll have to look at better solutions for that. But for now, the images are quite large and really good images. So for the majority of things, will actually work really well.
Okay.
So all you need to do is click through to what you're looking for. So let's look at accent chairs here. Allison, what's your favorite? What's your favorite accent chair?
The Bruges.
All right. This baby right here.
Right.
Right, with its teddy bear fabric. So all you do is find an image, right click, save image as, oh look, I've already saved it earlier, I'll save it again. And then you just close. And then you can just pick any amount more images that you want. Again, just right click, save image as, save. Now from this page, you can go back to the hub at any time, or you can actually go and shop that particular category. To close this drop down, you just click this little minus sign, and then you can go in and you can see other categories as well. And again, you just need to open, right click, save image as. So it's very easy to manage. And then we can just go back to the hub. And you can do that for any of these categories here. I won't go through all of them because that's probably a bit torture for everyone to watch, but it's all in there for you to use. And as we update, Allison, right, as we continue to do more photography, we'll update the hub, we'll move some images out that are a bit older and keep moving new images in.
In the first week of May, we'll have some new photos updated.
Perfect. And then we'll make sure everybody knows. We'll not only update it on the hub, but we'll send out an email newsletter as well. So if you're not getting our email newsletter, you can actually sign up on the website to get it up here at the top. And if you prefer not getting email newsletters, because not everyone does, and we understand, as much as we love email, I understand that some people, you know, they get quite a bit. Also just keep track on our social profiles as well, or just check in with us every once in a while and see what we're doing to update. Now, the other thing we have in here is
to add that part of, as far as emails go, we try not to inundate anybody with emails, but the goal is always to really talk about what products are back in stock, because I mean, retailers especially ask us that all the time. They want to know regularly what's back in stock. And special promotions like the discount we're giving, that went out on email. So
right, yeah, we try really just to keep it just to 2 emails a month, unless there's something really special that's come, like a special event like this that we're doing. But typically it's just 2 a month. And I'm just going to admit someone here. Okay, so then we've got this blog post section. What we've put in here are posts that we feel are more easily shareable for our retail, our stylist partners, our anybody who's working with consumers and wants to share information with them. We get a lot of questions, Allison, we get quite a few questions in the last week, right, about people actually wanting to use our blog posts on their own websites. And I just want to cover that really quickly. That's more difficult to do. So the way that SEO works and the way that Google works is that if you take our blog post and you put it onto your site and you don't change any wording or anything at all, Google knows that that's happened. It's like magic. They're scary in some ways. And then they sort of push your SEO down and our SEO down at the same time. They don't like sharing of information. They want unique content across everyone's platforms. So at this time, we can't just say, oh, just copy and paste the text and put it onto your own site. That's not going to work. But you can get inspired by our posts. You can share them on your social channels. And 100% you can use the images on there. And we're looking for different ways to be able to share that content with you. And maybe it's something like a downloadable PDF as opposed to actual content on a site. But as we figure that out, we'll let people know. So let's just look at this, how to disinfect furniture post, which that's me when I'm cleaning like every single time, Allison. Like, not just now. I hate cleaning, hate it. So we put this post together talking about how to clean upholstered furniture, wood furniture, and marble. And it's really easy to share. You basically just click these share buttons at the bottom. And I'll just do it right now. And you can just then, if you want to share it to a page that you manage, like your business page, you would just share on a page that you manage and then just pick one. I'm going to pick, let's see here, this one here. And then this is a great post, whatever, and then post to Facebook. Super simple, right?
If you're struggling for content, it's like the easiest thing to just add into what you're already doing.
Exactly, exactly. You can also share to Twitter and to Pinterest, to LinkedIn, or email it to someone as well. And then anytime, again, you want to get back to the hub, you can also actually go here as well under where your name is, your email address, and just go back here as well. So that, in a nutshell, is really the beginning of the hub. What is sort of happening now? And what we want to do right now is we want to do a couple polls and ask you guys a couple questions. So let me launch these polls here. Let's see, let me get the first one. What else would you like to see on the hub? So I'm just going to pop this up here, and you guys can just answer the questions away when you have a second here. So we just want to know, we want to grow the hub over time. We want your feedback. What else should be in the hub? And pick as many answers as you like.
Hey, Anita, I noticed in the hub the Instagram icon wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because you can't share it on Instagram?
That's right. Yeah, you can't share to Instagram at all. Yeah. So let's see what's happening here. I like how the things go up and in. Downloadable product spec sheets are getting a lot.
Am I gonna have to remember this, or?
No, yeah, well, don't worry. No, don't worry. We'll have all the information. So it looks like right now, let's see, most people are saying virtual showroom tours are popular, product spec sheets, product care sheets, product videos. Okay, let's give it a couple more seconds here.
I feel like we have in the works another bed assembly video as well.
Right, that's probably pretty helpful for people, and a great one for people to share. Like, videos are great to share.
Yes.
And you don't actually get, there's no SEO issue with video sharing, oddly enough. So if we do videos and we post them on our YouTube, it's no problem for people to share those directly into their websites at all.
Especially
all right.
We were talking about, so that's great to know everybody having them on the website.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to end this poll. Let's see. The winner is download product spec sheets. So something for us to work on there. And I'm just going to do another poll here. And this one is going to be, what type of blog posts would you like to see on the site? So I'm really interested in knowing what type of blog posts you want to see on the site. If we were to write content for you to be able to share with your customers, what do you want us to write about? Let us know. So maybe, yeah.
Great. Val was just asking about doing a walkthrough of how to share a video.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can try to do that at the end here, like how to share a video to like a social profile. Yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes I'm a little nervous opening YouTube in public. You never know what's going to pop up when you're not prepared. So far, I'll let you guys know what's happening here. So trends, always a really popular thing. Guest posts by designers and stylists, room styling. We'll give a couple more seconds here to see if we get a couple more votes. Get in there and vote, people. Okay, let's see. A couple more coming through here. You know, blog posts are great, and I really love writing them because I'm like a total sucker for home decor. But more than that, and I'm going to share the results here. Do you guys see it? Can you see that, Allison?
Oh, sorry, what am I looking at?
Is it showing the poll results?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the number one is trends. People want to know about trends. And I think we'll probably be doing a little bit more surveying of our customers to find out what trends it is are really important to you guys moving forward, because that's really critical too. Like what trends are you seeing? What you guys tell us too, like what trends would you like us to explore more that are important to your customers? So by far, trends the number one. Okay. So I'm just going to close this. All right, so remember, if you have questions, there's that Q&A button down there below, and you can send us any questions that you want to ask us. Okay, now we're just going to spend a little bit of time talking about supercharging your social media. So we know that social is really important right now. Hey, Allison, like it's just such a big part of what people are doing. We're at home. People are looking to social media. Do you find yourself on social more often?
Myself?
Yeah.
Instagram. I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely checking, seeing what everybody's doing and sharing, and just how our own posts are going. A little bit obsessively, maybe.
Yeah. I definitely
extra time.
I definitely find that I'm on Facebook a lot more than I ever used to be, mainly because a lot of my friends are doing like group chats through Messenger and things like that, and so I find like I'm getting a lot of stuff through Facebook. But I find myself on there more than I ever thought I ever would be. So just some interesting statistics for right now. Overall, globally, they've seen a 40% increase in social media in March alone. And I really want to do a little shout out to our social team for putting this information together for us. So Hannah and Anna, if you're on the call, thank you so much for all the hard work that you do every day for Style Inform and for helping put this presentation together. There are record levels for home inspiration searches going on in Pinterest. And, you know, people are at home and they're kind of looking at their surroundings and saying, what can I do differently? What would I want to do when this is over? What can I do now? Instagram and Facebook live videos have doubled, which is crazy. Instagram stories have increased 15%. And brands are many brands are focusing on feel-good messaging and philanthropy. So this is just a little chart. I know it comes from the US, but the data is good nevertheless. It's the share of social media users in the United States who believe they will use select social media more if confined at home. And I mean, I would predict that YouTube would be up super high. Facebook was higher than I thought that it would be. But you can see them all rising because I think, again, people are turning to social to not only be updated, but also to be inspired, to hear stories, to curb the boredom, to do all that kind of stuff. So now is this really strong time. If you haven't really been focusing on social, now is a really great time to start going.
I'm always surprised with the strength of Twitter, because I've found in our industry, Twitter isn't really a thing. That's the one thing we don't really focus much on. Yeah,
I would agree for this industry. Twitter is not, because I think we're also a very visual industry, and I think that makes a big difference. And Twitter is harder visually.
Yes.
It's harder visually. I mean, you can add images, but I just find it's not as eye candy, definitely. With the majority of people at home, social media use will continue to grow. We know that for sure. So it's time to step up with social media. During these times of uncertainty, let your customers know that you are here. And I think that's been really important for us too, Allison. Like our goal with social right now has just been to be like, we're here for you, you know, and just, you know, to let people know that, you know, we're still here. Our supply chain is going, everything is okay. We're social distancing, we're healthy, and we hope that everyone else is as well.
Yeah, and I really think the kind of worst thing to do at this time is to like sort of just shut down, right? I think you want to keep awareness of your brand going as much as you can, and just I mean, we're gonna get through this, and just keeping going for the sake of you and your business and your own, like, just feeling like you're moving forward. It's important just to keep yourself out there.
It absolutely is important. Okay, so I have another poll 2. And let me pull this one up. Just give me 1 second here. I just really want to know what social channels you guys are using right now, because that's really important to us as well, is that if we're going to be doing future webinars on social media for you guys, or if we're communicating with you, what channels are you using the most right now? There's a big fierce battle going on between Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook.
Oh my gosh. You know, interestingly enough, Pinterest is actually like a really underlooked. Have you seen lately that Pinterest, I think we shared a link the other day about Pinterest being able, they're upping their ability to shop from a pin now,
Yes.
which I think is going to make Pinterest just killer moving forward. All right, so I'm just going to end this poll, and then I'm going to share.
TikTok down there, that's at least 5%. That's Carolina for sure.
Oh.
She's obsessed with TikTok.
You know, my kid, so I have a 12-year-old, but he's really antisocial, like not anti-social media. And he hates TikTok. He won't even look at it. But, you know, so I'm like,
Very divisive. Like you're all about it or you're not at all.
Totally, totally. So right now you guys are seeing the poll. Facebook and Instagram basically neck and neck, right? So we, you know, and I think that kind of goes with a lot of what we already know, that those would be, you know, the key ones there. But definitely Pinterest is something that I think is something people really need to keep in mind moving forward as well, especially when you're sort of thinking about your whole entire social strategy.
Because Pinterest is it's less like social media and more like a search engine, right?
Yeah, and
So
inspiration. Yeah.
Powerful.
Very powerful, very powerful. All right. So first thing we're really going to talk about just really briefly is, what is your social plan? We all need one. Some of you have been doing social for a long time and have killer plans and know exactly what you're doing. Some of you aren't doing social at all. And some of you are just starting off in social. But the first thing you really want to do is sit down and really know, like, what is your plan for the next little while? So our advice, the advice from our social team, is let customers know that you're still in business. You should be posting more frequently, but you don't want to be over salesy. So no big, like, giant COVID blowout sale, 75% off. Like that's not really where you want to be going. You want to build loyalty through your social at this time and build your brand awareness. And most importantly, we're going to talk about this quite a bit, is be authentic, be empathetic, and really be a storyteller. So here are 4 things that you should be doing on social right now for your business. And because we know recent studies are showing that 50% of people are more likely to buy from a brand they follow online. And that is always shocking to me. But a good thing for always to remember that social, as much as we sometimes have a love-hate relationship with it, it is really important to all of us in this business.
I think it's about familiarity, right? The more familiar you are, the more it like breeds trust. So you see it all the time. It's like, oh yeah, right. Like they're familiar.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the number one thing you can be is authentic. And the important thing is you can't ignore the situation, because obviously we're all going through something that's really important and sort of unusual. And pretending things are normal can actually make you look disingenuous or not sincere at all, because things are not business as usual. But you need to reaffirm your commitment to your customers. You also want to be empathetic, because not everyone is having the same experience. And I think I always love this term, like, embrace the spirit of humanity. But I think that's really good advice in business at all, right? Is to really embrace the spirit of humanity in your brand in whatever way that looks like, because COVID is affecting us all. And you don't need to mention it continuously, and you certainly shouldn't be an alarmist on your social channels. This isn't the space for your business to be spreading alternate theories or health tips or what your personal views are. It really, that's not a space for your business social media. You want to stay positive, you want to spread joy, and you want to be an inspiration to your customers. And you want to serve new needs. In this unique time when people are social distancing, how can we help them? How can you adapt to their needs? What is your value? Is it to educate? Is it to inspire? Is it to entertain? And now is your chance to try new ways of connecting with your customers and engaging with them. And you want to use video. This is, oh, Allison, video content continues to grow, as you know. And now, Allison, you too, you need to release your fear of video content creation.
Ugh.
And I know, but you've done some really cute things the last little while. So I know you're finding your inner video goddess that you're going to let out.
I mean, most of them are with baby, right?
Right. Well, who doesn't want to see baby, right? And definitely the one thing that we've all talked about when it comes to videos, that doesn't need to be perfect, but you do need to be authentic. really, this is the piece of advice I give everyone. You just need a good camera, and it can be a really great smartphone if that's what you have, and good lighting. Good lighting makes all the difference, not only in your videos, but just life in general. Good lighting makes all the difference in everything. So we just got a few ideas to share with you. I'm going to go through them quickly. For example, maybe you're doing curbside pickup. You could post a video on how easy and safe it is. And I'm just going to show this video really quickly.
Hi everybody. As you may be aware, yesterday we temporarily had to close a retail store operation due to the COVID-19 virus. But I wanted to remind everyone that we do have a great website and we're still going to be shipping out orders just as fast as we always do. What we're also going to be doing is... Did you hear that? What? What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I thought we were doing a drive-through.
No. We're going to walk the stuff out to people in their cars.
Oh.
So anyway, I just wanted to show that as an example of how you can be funny. You know, it doesn't need to be a super serious video. They are taking it seriously, but they're presenting it in a fun, sort of lighthearted way. You can start an Instagram or Facebook Live design sessions with a local designer or yourself. You could do lots of how-to posts and videos. So how to arrange furniture, clean upholstery, set a killer dinner table, make the ultimate bed, set the perfect outdoor space, which I am dying for, to be able to have like an outdoor space to sit in coming soon. Create the perfect at-home date night. That's probably my favorite. I'm dying for date night. I don't know about the rest of you, but so if someone could show me, if someone wants to post on how to have the perfect at-home date night, please do. And how else can you inspire your customers? And I'm just going to show our blog, for example, just a post here that we did. So Velvet 101 was a post that we did that was actually quite popular. It shared quite a bit. We just talked about velvet, how to care for it. And yeah, and it was just a really, really popular post. We call these evergreen posts. They're ones that don't necessarily aren't tied to a specific point in time. They can be shared at any point because the information is really valuable.
It's really important to Google too, right? This evergreen content.
Yeah, so things that aren't like tied to specific, like Christmas 2020, or you know, like things that can be, you know, are as valuable today as they will be in 2 years from today, right? You can start an IGTV channel on Instagram and share your expertise. You could co-create content with people you admire. I'm just going to open up this link. I'm fortunate enough to be able to work with a company that works with art.com, and they did two live sessions with artists, which is really exciting. Art.com just started doing IGTV, and they're a fairly big company. And it is just now that they're starting to actually do some IGTV. So it's not that everyone's been doing it, it's that everyone is now seeing the opportunity to do things. And this is your opportunity too, to start something different for your customers. Even we haven't started IGTV yet.
Yeah, I think we have like one video up there.
Yeah, it's hard, and I get it. It's really hard to try to do all of these things. And you could spread a joyful message from an employee or a customer. Maybe you can ask your customers to send you messages that you could then relay out on your social channels. You can show up, you should show up on Instagram and Facebook stories every day if you can. Again, we know it's challenging, but that helps you stay top of mind. If you have an online store, make sure your store is connected on Instagram. When you guys all get these slides, because we'll be emailing to you, you'll have all these links, but I'll just show you quickly. HubSpot, which I find is a really great resource, has this really great article on how to sell on Instagram. So if you do have an online store, sort of learning how to do this and link your store so people can shop from your posts is really great. And you can create and share downloadable content. So like maybe it's a PDF on how to hang art or how to set a gallery wall that people can follow when they are actually setting up some artwork. How to set a formal dinner table, something I would give my son so he remembers which side the knife and fork go on every single time. How to choose the right rug for a space. Decluttering checklist. I think that would be really great right now. And then ideas of how people can actually use their decor to actually make their interiors look more decluttered, because people love to download information. So I'll just show you this one quick example from Style Inform. we did this post called Get Lit, which makes me laugh every time I read it. And what we did is we gave all these tips, but then we also put together a PDF that is downloadable that people can download and take with them anytime. Because maybe you guys want to share that on your social channels or on your websites. You could rebrand it at the bottom if you wanted to. And you want to build your email list, like not really social media, but we still wanted to bring it up really quickly. Email's been really important to Style Inform, right, Allison? It's been like critical.
Yeah, we've been building our lists for like years and years and years. And one thing I was sorry, I'm answering a question at the same time. Yeah, I think one of the best parts about having the email list is not just what we send out, but like doing surveys and asking our customers questions. One of the things that's always been really important to me is not to assume that I know everything about everything, like what to buy or what our customers want or don't want. I really, whether we're at shows or we're using the email list, send out surveys, ask customers, what do they want to see? I mean, you're the ones buying. You're the ones who are most important. So
right, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that is a mistake that a lot of any company can make, is assuming that they know best, right, and not actually talking to people who are actually buying from you.
yeah, all your market research is available to you in your email list. Ask customers what they want.
Exactly. So I'm just going to show you just a really quick example of how we've then taken content. So I showed you this velvet post we did earlier and how we translated that into an email. So we took our product shots and we designed them. These are actually designed in Canva, believe it or not. And then we put these graphics together in email and then link back to the blog post here. So email marketing is really, has been an important part of, I think, the marketing mix for us here. And it may be something, I don't know if I have that as one of the choice of the polls, but if you guys ever want to learn a little bit more about how to set up email marketing, the rules associated around it, how to build your list, that is something that we can cover at some point too, or even do a blog post on. We could just share it out that way as well. We use MailChimp, by the way. That's the one that we use the most. All right, next we're just going to talk about making the most of design. So design really matters. Now I'm a marketing specialist. I'm also a graphic designer. So of course I really believe in design, but I think all of us as sort of decor lovers, furniture stores, stylists, all of us on this call today, we love design. Like this is really about what makes us happy every single day. And good design will help catch the eye of your customers. There's a lot of social media happening right now, and you need to stand out using good design. And it doesn't mean you need to be a professional designer. It just means that you just need to use some good design choices. You want to make your brand come across, and you want to be consistent with your fonts, colors, and your brand image. That doesn't mean you can never change it up. It just means don't change it every week, every month. Like live with your brand for a little while, change it, when it makes sense to change it.
Because you want to be recognizable. Like
absolutely.
You want people to see it and recognize you right away without even really knowing that they're recognizing it.
Whenever I do any sort of talks on marketing, or if I have like a marketing student that I'm mentoring, I always use my son as an example for how branding works. And little kids know the Lego logo before they can read. Yeah. Like they absolutely know what their favorite toys, they know what the logo is because the logo is consistent. It's branded in the right way. It's done towards children. So I would take him to the store like before he could read. So he'd be like 3 years old and he could pick out Lego from a distance because he knew exactly what it looked like. The branding was so consistent all the time. He knew. And that's good branding. I mean, that really is what we're talking about. It's also about first impressions. So visual appeal is assessed within 15 milliseconds, which I don't even know how fast that is, faster than I can even imagine. And I like to think of good design like a first handshake, because it's how it makes you feel. Like that first time you shake someone's hand, how do they make you feel? And what does it tell them about your brand? And Allison, if you want to get another puppy, I'm all in. If you want to get this
I want
one.
that one. Oh wait, actually I can only handle one.
Okay, next time. All right. You also want to be recognized. With consistent branding and design, your customers will notice your post every single time, exactly what Allison said. And no matter what social platform you're on, people will know it's you. And you want it to be shareable. That face, Allison. Who's that dog? What's the name of that dog?
This is Dallas. This is Carolina's dog on our upcoming new dog bed line.
Oh, he is just, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. So the more attractive your graphics and images are, like our model here, Dallas, the more likely they are to be shared. Your customers want their spaces to be gorgeous, right? We're all about creating gorgeous spaces. So inspire them with imagery and graphics that make them swoon. If we're all about the visual of our industry, if us as people, we're all about making beautiful spaces, then your social needs to be beautiful. So human beings have an attractiveness bias. We perceive beautiful things as being better, regardless of whether they actually are. And you and I talked about this quote. It's like, I love this quote and I hate this quote.
Yeah, I know. It's like good and little evil at the same time.
Yeah. So, but it's true. So I just want to show you two quick little Instagram profiles here that I think are really great. This first one here has consistent color. The soft focus photography is kind of pulled throughout, and oh, really, baby goat. I mean, do you see this baby goat in the middle? You can't go wrong with baby goats. So I love this one.
Oh, Anita, sorry to quickly interrupt. We just have a question about what are some tools or apps we can use that can beautify posts easily.
Yeah, we're gonna do that at the end. So I've got some links at the end to show everyone.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I like this one as well because the color scheme is really simple and the setups are super simple. You could do this at home. You could do this at your store, at your studio. You could do this after self-isolation is over. You could do this at your friend's house. It really just comes down to crisp photography and then the consistent layout. It's not the same layout every single time, but there's some consistency between the layout, the backgrounds. And I just think this is a simple way to get started for a lot of people. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna admit I live in Naramata, British Columbia. I feel very, very lucky to live in British Columbia wine country. I live not very far away from this place called Lake Breeze Winery. And they are a great winery. They have a great restaurant. They have outdoor seating. They are doing, I believe, curbside pickup at this point as well. But I wanted to use them as an example for people using social. And I didn't want to use an industry example because I don't want to be insulting or proactive on one particular one. So I'm using something outside of what we do. But let's take a look at their Facebook page. So you can see it's just very consistent with their website. Same photography, same fonts. They have great little videos that they post. They're not doing professional photography.
They're professional photos, but they're good.
Yeah, they're not professional. They're just good photos. So you can tell this is probably taken with someone's phone. You know, they're using a consistent filter. Some of these are professional because I mean, I think every business, you know, eventually does some. This is cute, but they're just very consistent. And then if we look at their Instagram, again, it's very similar. Not super professional stuff. It's not perfect, but I definitely know when I come on this page, I understand the brand. I get it. I understand their wine. I get that they're in the Okanagan. And they're doing it well without spending tons of money. And I think that's really the key. You don't have to spend tons of money to do it really well. Okay, so we talked about tools. So here are my favorites. And I know that you like Canva too. So my favorites are Canva, Adobe Spark, Stencil, Design Cap, and Be Funky. And again, when you guys get this webinar into your email boxes, you can click on all of these links and explore these. Some of them are pay, some of them are free. Canva has a free account, Adobe has a free account. You also have paid accounts. I just want to show you Canva really briefly.
I'll just interject our little story about Canva. Like I'm constantly online looking for apps that can make our lives easier or better communication, better design. Like Slack was another one that that I discovered and we implemented here, and oh my gosh, cut down on the amount of emails by at least 50%. Canva was one of those other programs that before pre-Anita coming on board, we did our own design, our own MailChimp. We used Canva, and it's so simple. Like it's really like one of the best programs. And I do feel like just searching, even if you don't like these programs, just going online and searching for something with the best reviews always comes up with good stuff.
Absolutely. And if anyone ever has a question about a program, I mean, feel free to shoot us like a DM on our social channels and we can get back to you. or send an email, and we can, get back to you with some opinions as well. One of the greatest things about Canva is they have these pre-made templates. So say you wanted to create something for Instagram. Say you want to create an Instagram story, which again is something really popular going on right now. You can find a style that maybe really matches your brand. Say this one here. And then all you really need to do is just update the imagery. But you just want to be really consistent with how you're moving forward. So don't pick this one and then, go back to templates and be like, oh, no, I don't really want that one. I'm going to try a different template. Let me try something else instead. And like do a different sort of look every single day. Really investigate the look, really commit to the look, and then live with it and just keep building on that particular look. One of the things I really love about Canva as well is they have a thing called Design School. And this is just my free account that I have. And you guys can all take these classes. They actually have a social media mastery class going on right now. And I'll just turn that off because we don't want to listen to all of that. But it tells you about what you're going to learn. And then there's all these little mini video tutorials that you can go through. And then there's graphic design basics, branding your business, presentations to impress. There's just so much that people can go through. I think that's pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Multitask.
Yeah. Well, that's your job.
It'll be easier to just answer this question that Elizabeth has about rather than typing it. My fake nails have grown out so long I can barely type. I'm gonna have to take them off at some point. Elizabeth was just asking about posting on Instagram and Facebook and if the content should be different on both. I know that it's like very much poo-pooed. You don't auto post between Facebook and Instagram. And I do feel like there are, for us as a B2B, there are different customers on both platforms, right?
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to say that Instagram is a much more consumer oriented when you are a B2B, especially. You're hitting a big consumer market. So especially for our retailers and our styles and selling to consumers, Instagram is huge for consumers. I don't think there's any problem in sharing the same image from area to area because a lot of people don't use both platforms. Like they're strictly more Instagram or more Facebook, or they check Facebook more often and Instagram less often. So I don't think there's any harm in posting the same image between the platforms, but I do think having some originality between the two, like interjecting some original content between the two is really important. Also, the frequency of when people post on social channels can be a little bit different. Facebook, I tend to do like daily, but Instagram, a lot of people do more than once during a day. So it's just a matter of, understanding the audience and then remembering that, Instagram is very visual, like in a group, and like people come and check your profile, they can see a bunch of things at once. So you have to pay a lot of attention to what goes next to each other. Whereas Facebook, you don't have to really worry about that as much. So I also just wanted to point out to remember copyright. I'm a very proud founding member of the Art Copyright Coalition. We're a group of artists and publishers and licensors that fight copyright infringement. And because we work with artists and photographers. So I just want to remind everyone that when you find images online, whether you find them through a Google search, you might find them through some of what are called free photo sites. Make sure that you understand copyright. Anything you probably grab from Google, you shouldn't be putting onto your site at all. If you find it on a free photography site, make sure you double check the copyright restrictions. Sometimes it is absolutely free to share with no attribution. Other times you must attribute to the photographer. So really make sure you check. You can get in trouble. And I'd like to say that it's rare, but it's happened to every client I've ever had, everyone I've ever worked with, any job I've ever been at, where someone has used an image they shouldn't have on social or on a blog, and the photographer or the artist has come back and found it and then claimed copyright. And you can actually end up with a charge. Has that ever happened at Style Inform?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We actually, it was our product in a post. We tagged, I believe it was a magazine. We tagged the magazine and the photographer sent us an email.
Yeah, a cease and desist. Yep.
So when we're posting on Instagram and we see one of our products in somebody's Instagram post, we go to them within the comments and ask the question if we, not direct message, but actually within the comment, ask them if we can post their photo, tag them.
It's just better to be safe than sorry every single time. Copyright's a hard thing to understand, and there's a lot of sense of, well, if it's on the internet, I can just use it, but that's actually not the case. So yeah, so just something to keep in mind, understanding copyright a little bit. So do we have any questions coming in through the Q&A at all? I know we've answered a few already.
We've had some. One of the things I just wanted to mention is that something that we've discovered in the last probably 6 months is that boosting our posts on Facebook and Instagram has made a difference in our traffic pretty significantly,
Right.
especially on Facebook. So I do think it's worth looking into. We have a lot more activity on Facebook than we've ever had, feedback, comments, questions being asked about products from consumers where we can then redirect to retailers and designers. So I do really feel like if you want to cut through to your ideal customer, boosting your ads is, or boosting your posts is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what we found.
Yeah, no, completely. And there's a question, do you have any preference for crediting when sharing on social? For example, if I post a picture of yours, do I need to tag you? I mean, I always want people to tag us if you're sharing our pictures. I think that would be great. It's not a requirement, but I think it's nice.
Yeah, we understand that there's retailers who want to protect their suppliers. So sometimes they don't tag us. So it's fine. We definitely would like to, but yeah, if you don't, it's all good.
I'm just going through the questions now. More. Oh, Hannah is here. Hi, Hannah. And Dee said, not really aware how to use TikTok. Us either, Dee. We don't really know how to use TikTok either. We probably need like a 12-year-old to show us, to be honest. Like,
or email Carolina.
There, maybe Carolina can do some videos for us. Let's see. I'm just going through here. Can you repost about product to garner some interesting questions from potential clients? Oh, you can. Okay, you answered that, Allison. I see that. How often to post? So how often to post on social? Generally, as a rule, I'm going to say Facebook and Instagram is like at minimum once a day. Instagram stories, they're saying like multiple times a day, like up to 6. And with Pinterest, they're saying 6 to 10 times a day. Hannah, if I'm getting any of this wrong, type it into the box there and let me know, but that's my understanding.
The good thing about Pinterest is that it can all be like with Hannah, it's scheduled like on a Sunday. She's got all the pins ready, and then you can just schedule it with, I think it's Tailwind that we use.
Yeah.
And I
use something called Later as well for Instagram posts. I use Later. It does Pinterest. Is it Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter? You can set up like a whole month's worth of posts like in one shot if you're that organized. That's my goal always.
And we're going to send out a link of the webinar after, right? That's one of the questions.
We certainly have a really great question here is, what can we post if we aren't currently actually working? I'm a designer and currently not working because I'm homeschooling and a full-time single mom. Oh my gosh, the struggle is so real. I totally feel what you're saying. And I think the best thing that you could post at this time would just be inspiration for your customers. Tell them about the day that you're going through, like show what you're going through as a designer and a mom at home. Show them that you're human. I think that's great. Talk about what's going on.
The hell that I'm going through.
Oh, is it hell? Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard, right?
It's a good, I just unmuted you because it actually is, I unmuted myself because it's actually quiet right now.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I was fighting like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, how old are your kids?
I have 2 girls. One of them is 7.5. Another is 6.
Okay. I can tell you when they hit about 12, it gets much better. Just gonna lay that. You just gotta put some time in.
Already is acting like a 15-year-old.
Oh. But I would, as a designer, I would just show the things that are inspiring you, how you're working at your home, like maybe how you've set up your kids to be able to work from, do their schoolwork from home, how you're readjusting in this new time, things that you're finding online, articles or things that you find very inspirational. That's what I would be doing right now. Just keep it very real and just tell stories and really connect with your customers on a personal level. I think that's what would be very inspiring, at least to me right now.
Can I ask you another question?
Of course.
And if this relates to anyone else, I hope. What are some, since our services for us decorators and designers are obviously very limited right now because we cannot go into people's homes, what are some other extensions we can tap into in the industry that that will still enable us to work from home? Yeah, I don't really know how to word it, but I think
like, are you talking like virtual, like doing some virtual sessions? So be able to like meet with people and like do Zoom sessions like this where you can talk about their needs. They could even show you a room and you could even come up with some ideas for them virtually in the meantime.
Yeah, I guess ways of altering our services so that it is more, I guess, available and suitable for today's limitations.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with technology, using something like Zoom, you can also use Skype, you can use Google Hangouts. I can actually get a list together of online platforms that people are using right now that are very helpful. You can actually do sessions with people. I have a friend of mine whose husband is a acupuncturist and he's a Chinese herbal medicine doctor. And obviously his clinic is shut down, but he can't do acupuncture from a distance, but he can do counseling sessions with people. So they set up Skype and are doing one-on-one sessions with their patients. And then he can package up herbs and remedies that he sends to people. He can send those along to them in the mail, but he's doing like diet counseling and different things. So you could still do that with people. You could do color sessions, help them figure out what kind of color, maybe they're wanting to do some DIY projects while they're at home. Do some, some color therapy with them or help them pick out different things, send them examples of things and then get together online and sort of share those things. They can send you photographs. I know there's some programs, have to look into it where you can like digitally put in things into a room to sort of show what things would look like, which would be a great tool to have moving forward after this as well.
A lot of designers I know are
going
to virtual consultations. Stagers are even moving to doing virtual consults because they can still, we're shipping product. We're here, we're shipping, we're doing curbside delivery. We're also doing drop shipping. So if customers interested in a product, we can get it to you through the virtual consults that you're doing, right?
Absolutely.
You can still sell.
Heidi.
I was just going to say, in regards to when you're posting on Instagram in regards to images, it's also about adding value that doesn't cost anything. And that's what people are looking for. So when you're, as a designer, I would say that it's important to, ask a question and then get the feedback and get that trail going, and it just gets people more interactive with you, and then that adds extra value because one question might be asked, somebody might have another answer, and it just gets people engaging with you, and it just continually promotes who you are.
Yeah, there was a question here about how to get more people to follow you and you want to be engaging, and asking questions is one of the best ways to do it, especially on Instagram. One of the things we found on Facebook is that when we post products that I'm considering buying, or we do a poll or something, we get like crazy amounts of comments. Everybody wants to let us know what they like and what they don't like. So
I think that's a really good point. Like, before you make that purchase decision, before you bring something into your customers, like asking them again, that idea of like using email to do that as well. But social, what a great place to like reach right out to your target market, to say like, do you like this? Like, yeah. Do you like this new color that's coming in? Would you buy it? Right?
Yeah, really, I have many things off the list that I've decided not to buy that I loved, but clearly
right
did.
And I think that, like when this all first started coming out, so we called crowdsourcing, right? Like we would crowdsource information, right, to make decisions as marketers. And that's really, this is where it's really, really going to go. We've got a couple more questions, like video editing apps that you recommend. I don't have any off the top of my head that I can think of right now, but we can put together a list and add that into the email of some video editing apps. I know I do use one, it's just not in my head right now. There's some great mobile ones that you can use right on your phone as well.
Oh, and Val wanted us to show her how to share a video.
Oh, right. So why don't we put that, we're hitting about an hour right now, which is a really long time probably. So I will make a note of that right now to add that into the email that we send out. So how to share a video, like how to do it.
Sometimes it doesn't work, so.
Yeah, no problem. We can do that as well. If anybody wants to undo their camera at all and come say hi, you can absolutely do that now. We can all pop in and just, you want to give a little wave and say hello before you go. You can stay in touch with us on our website, on our Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Make sure you're getting our email newsletter if you're not getting it. And I just want to really say thank you. Thank you, Allison, for joining us today.
Thank you, Anita. You're amazing.
It's been so much fun.
Do this without you.
Oh, it's not true. You guys are amazing. It's a big love fest, everyone, working with Style Inform. I just want you to know I'm just so grateful. It's been so much fun it's almost been like 2 years. Did you know that? It'll be 2 years this year. I know.
Guys, right?
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks for coming, everybody. So grateful for you to all come and join us.
Absolutely. And we'll talk to everybody soon, and we'll send this all out to you via email.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.